Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just a little over 3 months away from its official release by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ and crew, as well as creator George Lucas. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that yes, this movie is going to have many different connections to the prequels, the originals, and even borrowing elements from Star Wars Legends, also known as the Expanded Universe, that's really going to make up for the core of the plot of Episode 9, and is really going to be used as a way to really benefit the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren in this story. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that shot descriptions consisting of a sequence where it's explained that Kylo Ren and his Knights of Ren are traveling to an abandoned Imperial base, where it's explained that they are in search of Palpatine's vault that is said to contain many secrets that were locked away decades ago. It's described that eventually Kylo Ren reaches Palpatine's vault, where it's explained that he comes across many artifacts that once belonged to Sidious, where one of which is said to be a large hollow projector of Darth Maul, that eventually activates, where it's said that the Maul hologram displayed is said to date back months before the events of the Phantom Menace. It's explained that Darth Maul reveals in the recording that the fallen Will is the one who created the power of the Beyond, that is said to be based in the unknown regions. It's explained to be a scene that was inspired by an original story idea by George Lucas. It's described that one of the other sequences involves Maul talking about a Sith Dagger that is said to contain ancient Sith code that was stolen by the Jedi, which is said to lead to the Beyond. However, it's explained that no Jedi can translate the text and is useless to them. The Sith Dagger is said to eventually fall into the hands of the Resistance, where C-3PO will eventually translate the text. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, what's really intriguing about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie is, yes, going to be the culmination of the Skywalker saga, but at the same exact time, they are using elements of the past as a part of the core twists and turns of Episode 9 that's really going to move our characters forward from start to finish. The first thing I want to go over is, of course, the hologram of Darth Maul. Now, this is said to have been recorded some months before the events of the Phantom Menace. It could have been 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, who knows, right? But anyways, it was projected to Kylo Ren inside of Palpatine's vault that was stored away over in the Outer Rim. And in this actual hologram, it's unveiled to Kylo Ren that the fallen Will is the one responsible for literally creating the Beyond, which, by the way, is said to be the very center of the origins of the dark side over in the unknown regions where Palpatine's new Sith Empire originates from. Now, not just that, there's also something called the Sith Dagger that is said to play a large role that is actually told by Darth Maul indirectly to Kylo Ren, where Darth Maul is talking about the Sith Dagger that has ancient Sith code written on it, and that back then, during the events of the prequels, no Jedi could translate this ancient Sith text. Whereas now in this scenario, it eventually falls into the hands of the Resistance, where they are going to use C-3PO to translate the text by literally putting in a different chip into C-3PO's head that once belonged to a different droid associated with the Empire. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is that you can really see how it's all starting to connect as to why C-3PO has red eyes, and also as to why there is going to be a Sith Dagger in The Rise of Skywalker that is said to lead over to the Beyond itself, which, by the way, is the very location of Palpatine. So from what it seems, that there are 2 MacGuffins in Episode 9, which, by the way, are plot devices that move the story forward. We have the Wayfinder and we have the Sith Dagger that's going to be in both the hands of Rey and Kylo Ren. And that's a very interesting side of the story, right? Is that they are using prequel and original trilogy elements to tell the story of Rey and Kylo Ren and exactly where they are going from start to finish. And everything related to Darth Maul here, you know, the projection of him in the form of a hologram, is actually best described as being around the same exact size as it was in Solo: A Star Wars Story when it was actually projected in front of Kira. And what I like so much about that is that it really shows us that JJ is really trying to make this a very prequel-heavy movie when it comes to, of course, all the references and the cameos and the callbacks, as well as the pieces of nostalgia that are going to be dropped into this movie. So there you have it. I mean, when we look at Episode 9 as a whole, you know, everything related to the Wayfinder, the Sith Dagger, yes, it's still very mysterious, but it's all linked to the beyond, specifically a spot over in the unknown regions that is said to be the true origin of the dark side of the Force. And this location is said to hold a power that actually pretty much, exceeds the power of both the light and the dark. And that's the power that Palpatine is said to use in The Rise of Skywalker within the third act of this movie. Once he battles both Rey and Kylo Ren, we will finally witness what this power is really going to look like on the big screen. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them Mauls again.